Our next artist is a visual artist, and his name is Arend Maatkamp. And in daily life, he is a web designer and is passionate about photography. But actually, it all started long ago with graffiti. And the funny thing about graffiti and artists in graffiti is that you don't really know much about them, do you? Because they don't expect an audience. Better yet, they don't want an audience when they do their work because they do it in secret. So, I was just talking to Arend about that, and but we're very pleased to have him here, so he can show us work and take us into the world of graffiti art. And I hope you will enjoy. Please give a warm applause for Arend Maatkamp.
Yo. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, my name is Arend Maatkamp, but in my other life, I go by another name. As we graffiti artists do, we make a name for ourselves. And in my case, that is Joax. Not jokes, but the original meaning of this, the J and the A are my initials, Jan Arend. The O and the X are, yeah, a bit cryptic, O10, the Roman numeral 10, for the area code of Rotterdam City, where I live. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a name I wrote on trains and walls everywhere, and that's yeah, sort of exalting myself and pointing everybody to me. And a very, yeah, as graffiti is a very individualistic art form. When I found Jesus, that all changed. I started yeah, writing my name legally, and I stopped living at night. And yeah, it's quite a change. Also, the meaning of the name started to bother me because it was all pointing to me, and yeah, that's not very humble. So I asked God for a new meaning of my name because I really like the name. It's very unique, even in the graffiti world, where a lot of people have the same names also, and they have to put numbers behind them. And somehow Jesus on the cross came falling in, and yeah, I really like that because in both cases the X is a bit cryptic. And well, I'm just going to show you some pictures and tell you something about it. This is not very special to me, at least. It's just an afternoon having some fun in the sun and painting a wall. The colors on this are not so good on this picture, but anyway. Now, this is actually in my old home. I used to live in a, yeah, for the people who know it in Holland, anti-kraak, anti-squatting. Used to live in a very big office space, 400 square meters, living space, and a very large hall behind it. And yeah, it gives you some space to make also some big artworks, because that's me standing there, of course. And this is on a temporary wall at a construction place, which was near the house that I lived after the one before. Literally a minute walking from my front door. That was very nice to have. Well, this is where my clothes are stored. And it is also the only piece of graffiti by my own hand that is in my house. Well, this is my crew, at least a part of it. You see me in the middle there, yay. This is in San Francisco last year. And well, we're having a lot of fun with these guys. My crew actually is a group of Christian graffiti artists from the Netherlands, a few from California and other parts of the United States, and one in South Africa. Now, this is the wall I did at Opwekking. The Dutch people might know that festival. It's a very interesting wall to me personally, because the process and the inspiration of it took quite some time, and yeah, I felt like a lot of these things were really God-given. As you see here, we wanted to portray the unchanging nature of God, and so you see here the stone tablets where this is the Shema piece, and this is where Jesus quotes it. And well, you see the name of God in Hebrew and in Dutch, and as some people might know, the chords that are on the prayer robes of the Jews also have this code knitted in it, where the name of God is represented in that. So it's very deep for me. This is something completely different. We did this with 10 people, and it's sort of more of a concept painting where everybody just starts in a place and has to switch places with somebody else and continue on their work. And at the end, after two or three, maybe 4 hours, depends on how big the wall is, you get a big abstract painting which might say nothing at all except love here on the side, but they're all letters under it, but you can see some, but not all. I did this one with my friend Eric, who's here with me in London, on the South Bank. There's a very nice legal wall where everybody can paint in bright daylight. When we paint at places like this, we really like to bring a good message and let people think about where they come from and where they're heading. I did this with 4 people. I did the zebra on this side. It was my first time painting an animal, and yay, I succeeded. But yeah, graffiti is also often a very social activity where you just go to a wall with 4 guys and just paint something out of the top of your head without any preparation or anything. But this says ruach, Hebrew word for spirit, wind, thunder. Is a word that I love very much because it has such deep meaning. And I want some variety in letters every now and then. Yeah, there's a lot of, I think from now on in the presentation there will be a lot of Jesus pieces. It's for the hip-hop people that has a whole other meaning, but I like that. And yeah, to write the name of Jesus is always, it's always good to point people to the only one that can save them. So here another one on the left. That's you can see we're always having a lot of fun together. And I didn't put any pictures of me posing in there, but they're famous. Okay, that is my friend Eric laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, I personally, I really like this picture. For the one with the sharp eye, one might see that the piece in the exhibition is actually based on this piece of graffiti. A piano. It's very lovely to get the opportunity to paint an object like this. I did the letters on it, and my friend Eric did the red patterns on it. And of course, you get pictures like this afterwards. There's no keys in it though. But and if anybody has a black Steinway for me sometime, let me know. This is a wall in Rotterdam that I really love to paint a lot because it's very public. So I do like an audience every now and then, but it's along a motorway where thousands of people pass every day. So it's good to tell them that Jesus is the answer, and while they're waiting for the traffic light. The piece on the left is done by my friend Eric, and the piece on the right by me. Another one with my friend Eric. I did the letters and he did the patterns again. So for an outreach in Haarlem. And this is the environment that I like most. Sort of neighborhoods that are getting demolished. This is where I feel at home, really feel at home, because you have a nice scenario where you can take beautiful pictures and clean walls mostly. But something interesting happened here. Somebody else came and decided to diss me. And he painted a Lucifer on it. So for me, that was, in a way, that was really special, because he gets the message. And what I find really funny is that the Lucifer is burned out. So I like to work in my black book also a lot, painting, just drawing. Commissioned work, yay! I do have some graffiti work. I do a lot of workshops, some with politicians, some with kids from the street. And the following pictures are from quite a big commission that I got from the Dutch railway company. They needed the bike storage facility next to Delft Station, somewhat brightened up. And we chose we used the theme of the traditional Delft blauw, but we turned it around and made it white on blue instead of blue on white, mainly because white gets dirty pretty quickly, but I think it looks way cooler than the other way around also. And it's a nice chance to be in Delft and reproduce some classics. On the side of the station, we did a lot of real graffiti to scare off other graffiti writers. And the funny thing about this is that that picture in the middle is a picture of the first Dutch train, which is called the Arend. So, yay. This was a really nice one to do also. It's for Naturalis Museum of Natural History in Leiden, I think. And it was for an exhibition about bird migration. And this vulture actually was ran over, or he flew into a train in the Netherlands somewhere. And he's been in the museum ever since. Oh, yeah, and for the non-Dutch people, the text says human threats. This is for what you call it? A daycare center for handicapped kids in somewhere in my town. This was for what do you call it? Kitchen maker. It was a sort of promotion material at a kitchen fair. And that was it. Yeah.